Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Yang Xue. My matric number is 1911726. I'm from group 7. Our presentation topic is about political parties and party systems. There are a lot of definitions of political parties. Firstly, its aims and action as the first and foremost orchestrate effort to get power. Second, as any loosely constituted entity aim to elected legislative office holders under a given name. And for Marxism, believe that political parties are essentially the concentrate representative of the interesting of a specific class. For political parties history, in 1960, political party originally originated in Britain. The British Parliament appeared within the Tories and Whigs of two big political parties. After that, the United States and some other capitalist countries have also formed party politics. This is the definition of party systems. For some scholars, identify the word party systems with the number of parties in power and how they organize the power balance inside and between party coalitions, the social and institutional foundation of parties, and the issue and policies that are formed around party competitions. The political party system is divided into three types, which are two-party system, multi-party system, and one-party system. Firstly, for a one-party system, it is a system in which one part holds the state's power for a long period of time, such as the community part in China and the family rule regimes in the Middle East. Next is a two-party system. It is a system in which two major bourgeois parties govern in term. It is the first form in the UK, Canada, Australia, and the United States, and so on. For the last one is a multi-party system. It is a system in which more than two bourgeois parties rule in the coalitions, such as France, Italy, and Germany.
Assalamu alaikum. I am Han Xuelian, and my matric number is 1718932. Today I'm going to talk about the overview of party system and political parties. First, let's talk about the conception of party system. Party system refers to the way or state in which a country conducts its political activities through political parties. The social status and role of political parties established by national law or in practice, in particular the specific institution and operational mechanisms by which political parties assume, participate in, or influence state power, including a system of mutual relations with other political parties. About the party system, the party system of a country is determined by the specific social, historical, and realistic conditions of the country. It depends on the balance of power among the various classes and groups in the country, and on the state of the political parties. Party system relates to the organizational form of state power. The electoral system of each country plays an important role in promoting and consolidating the political party system. Let's move on to the political parties. A political party is a social political organization led by and representing the interest of a particular class. Political parties have specific political goals and ideologies. They have their own views on national and social issues, and they develop their own programs and visions. Political party is a group whose goal is to govern or to promote and protect specific political ideas and interests. Society recognizes political parties' legitimate right to organize and expand their demands. The public policy orientation of political parties is well value reset. And the relationship of political parties to the ruling class determines the number of parties. Common interest, feelings, nationality, and so on are all factors that form political parties. For political parties, people have a lot of their own thoughts. Some of them think the political parties can be electoral tools or power organizations or tools for seeking public office. And other people also think it is a group of people who control the government, or it's an expression of the people's benefit. If the electoral system is the cornerstone of the democratic republic system, the parliamentary system is a symbol of the democratic republic system, then the political party system is the center of the democratic republic system. And here is the question: why political party system is so important in democratic country? First, party systems served as a bridge between citizens and the government, so that citizens' needs and their aspirations were heard by the government. And by working for or voting for a political party, citizens can influence the government's political decisions. The last one is political parties can make people feel that they are not completely powerless, a belief that can maintain the legitimacy of government, which is why even dictators need political parties. And this is all my presentation. Let's move on to the next person. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. So now you with me for next session for my subtopic. So my subtopic is the role of political parties in democracy. So my name is Muhammad Izuhan bin Izania. So let's begin for my subtopic. Okay, so my subtopic is what is political party. So next, okay, so here definition for political party. So what is a political party? So a political party is defined as an organized group of people with similar political aims and opinions, and they together together with their party, and they will campaign for their ideas. Okay, so next, my question is, what are key tasks of political party in democratic society? So here key tasks for political party in democratic society. There are six key tasks. Okay, so one by one. Okay, first, soliciting and articulating public policy priorities and civic needs and problems as identified by members and supporters. Next, socializing and educating voters and citizens in the functioning of the political and electoral system and the generation of general political values. Third, balancing opposing demands and converting them into general policy. Next, activating and mobilizing citizens into participating in political decision and transforming their opinions into viable policy option. Next, channeling public opinion from citizen to government. And lastly, recruiting and training candidate for public officer. So next question is political parties and some of their rights. Okay, so this slide will talk about some of but some of political parties' right. Okay, so here, first, freedom of organization. Second, freedom to stand for election. Next, freedom of speech and assembly. Then, provision of fair and peaceful competition among parties and candidates. Next, mechanism to ensure plurality. Then, inclusion in the electoral process and contact with electoral bodies. Next, a level playing field and freedom from discrimination. Next, media access and fair reporting guarantees. And lastly, transparent and accountable political finance. And next is, what is democracy? So this question is, what is democracy? So democracy comes from the Greek word which is demos or people. In some form, democracy can be definition correctly by the people in large societies. It is chosen by the people through their elected people agent. Okay, next, presidential democracy versus parliamentary democracy. Okay, so a presidential democracy can be a definition as a form of government in which the executive branch is elected separately from the legislative branch, while parliamentary democracy may be a sort of representative democracy. But the chief and legislative branch are not separate. So the between presidential and parliamentary is the chief and legislative branch separate or not separate. So my last question is how election works in democracy. Okay, so just let talk about how election works in democracy. So I choose democracy because I live in Malaysia. So the government of Malaysian government use democracy for political party. So here how election work. So first election and the formation of a cabinet. Then they will stand for election. After that, they will give for they will give for voter registration card. Then they will campaign. Next, on voting on polling day, start from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. And after that, at 10 p.m., election result. And after that, after result officially notifies the new elected members of the new cabinet or new political party. So after they know they win, the new cabinet will be reformed, and the king will make appointment and swear in the new minister. So lastly, thank you very much for watching my video, which I mean for my subtopic. So thank you very much and stay safe. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fikri Najib bin Nur Azmi. Now, I will continue our group presentation regarding the topic challenges faced by political parties in Malaysia. As you can see, these are the contents under my topic, which is Introduction, Crisis and Conflict, Identity Problems, Preserving Unity and Harmony. So let's start by number 1, which is Introduction, challenges that has happened until now. So why challenges happen? Change of political values contribute to the change of government. Nowadays, people's understanding of politics increasing due to the development of social media and effectiveness of education system. For example, in the 14th Malaysia General Election in 2018, we can see that the domination of UMNO Party and coalition of Barisan Nasional ended after 60 years of their domination. There are some factors of the defeat, but the prime one is the disbelief of people towards UMNO. Why? Because of the failure in executing manifestos, misbehavior of members like sex scandals and bribes, and the crisis of party. Latest one, we can see that the political landscape of Malaysia changed by Sheraton meeting that contribute to the coalition of new party, which is Perikatan Nasional, that take over the government without election. Number 2. Crisis and conflicts within and between political parties. This crisis consists of internal and external. Internal crisis means crisis that occur within a party, for example, UMNO party. As we know, there are different ideologies, ideas and views between members of party, which will bring more conflicts and crises. Without being solved, this crisis will bring disunity between members and become weaknesses to the party. External crisis means crisis that occur between a party and another. For example, the coalition of Perikatan Nasional. As we know, there are problems in Perikatan Nasional Party regarding the distribution of seats between PAS, Bersatu and UMNO. If this issue is not solved, the tussle will impact to the loss in 15th Malaysia Grand Election to the opposition coalition, which is Pakatan Harapan. Number 3 is identity problems, lack of identity and image of party. There are 5 factors that contribute to the lack of identity and image of party. Number 1 is misbehavior. For example, UMNO president misconduct his power and seat for the sake of his own. Number 2, bad image. Bribes, breach of trust and sex scandal involving High Committee of UMNO. Number 3, youth involvement. Young people tend to join and vote for another party than UMNO because of these issues before. Lack of strategies. Number 4. UMNO lack of strategies in convincing people, especially youth, for participate in their party. The last one is discrimination issues. Like we know, there are some issues regarding discrimination of UMNO MP in parliaments that mock youth MP like Syed Saddiq. So these 5 factors contribute to the deficit of trust and belief from people to UMNO that represent the lack of identity and image of UMNO party. The last one is preserving the unity and harmony of Malaysian consists of multiracial. The most common issues regarding multiracial is racist issues. Why? Because every race had a pro-party representing the needed and voices. For example, there are stereotypes exist because of these issues, like UMNO for Malays, DAP for Chinese, MIC for Indians. Because of this stereotype, there are discrimination between parties according to their race. Example, Chinese and Indians will not vote for UMNO because they think UMNO just fight for the sake of Malay only. This is not true, but bad politicians will take these issues as advantage to gain votes and increase their influences. They will spread false information and use force of discrimination issues regarding races and religions as their weapon. So the conclusion is, it is difficult for a single party to lead the government and country to the success, but at the same time preserve the unity and harmony. So we need all political parties in Malaysia to cooperate for the sake of Malaysians and preserve the harmony and unity, whether they are government or opposition party. That's all from me. Thank you very much for lending me your ear and time. Stay home, stay safe. Together we will win this pandemic battle. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
There is a summarized 10 key points from our paper. First point is that political parties are organizations led by the representing interests of particular classes with a specific political goals and ideology, their own will on national and social issues, and with their own programs and visions. Next, according to the term party systems, some scholars associated with the number of parties in power and their organization, which are 3 types of political parties. For the next point, the political party system is the way a country conducts its political activity through political parties, and it's represented in central of the democratic republic system. Next, political parties have the right to control the parliament and organizing election for competition between political parties. And also, there is a democracy can be definition correctly by people in large societies with chosen by the people through their elected people aging. Systems of a democracy can enjoy rights and have the responsibility to participate in the political system to protect their rights and freedoms. The challenging we also found that the challenges faced by political parties in Malaysia are the internal and external crises and conflicts within political parties, especially concerned the internal conflict of UMNO and the external conflict of another political parties. And also Malaysia's political parties face a lack of identity and imaging, as many of UMNO's senior committee members have given their parties a bad image due to their involvement in bribery, breach of trust, and another scandals. And also Malaysia as is an ethnically diverse country. The biggest challenges for the political parties is to maintain the unity and harmony of Malaysia's multi-ethnic populations, such as Chinese, Indian, and locals. And for the last point, we have given some suggestion that democracy public parties need to change its structure and behavior and to implement rules and provide effective service to society, as well as effective foundation and rules. This is all about our group. Thank you very much.